So delighted to be here. Thank you, everyone. As Laura said, we're focusing on clearing the mental clutter, practical tools for achieving peak performance. She gave you a little bit of an introduction on who I am. But what I'm about, I'll share two things. I'll share my big why and why here. My big why is supporting those big hearted, passion fueled Washingtonians who feel flat on their ass. Their teams might be funky. They might not like their boss. They might not be in a job where they feel like they are doing their best, but things are just kind of in discord. And my mission is to keep those big hearted people here having an amazing impact. Know why here today? After I took a buyout from FedEx a bit over a decade ago, I left them in a November. I deal well with seasonal affect disorder, but it was winter time. I was looking for a job. I got to the point where it took me an entire day to write cover letters, and I was using a ruler to read line by line because my amygdala, my freakout center, was in such overload that my brain wasn't working properly. And that's from someone with a master's degree who had been a media professional, communications professional for a Fortune 100 company. So it's not that I couldn't read and write, it's that I was in that incredible overload. And so with today, what I want to do is bring us through some of the hacks, tips, and science behind overwhelm, mental clutter, so that we can be making the best of our time and our energy. And so first we have a little poll, and I know we have a smaller group here, but are you able to launch the poll with Zoom?
Okay.
Great. And while they're getting it ready, great, it's up. And so the question is, what is your biggest mental clutter challenge? It might be overwhelm, negative self-talk, that little voice in your head, we all have it. It might be distraction. What squirrel? Oh, that would be so much more fun. What? It might be fear of failure, so you're shutting down. Or it might be something else that you want to add into the chat. We have one person who's answered so far. And I'm going to give my answer because I count two.
Okay, looks like we have 9 out of 10 participated. And in the chat, I see multitasking and inability to focus.
Awesome.
Okay,
That's
now we have
amazing.
10 out of 10. I will share the results.
Yeah. So good on you all that your number one thing is not that chatterbox inside your head. That used to be mine, and I've done a lot of work on that. But yeah, overwhelm, fear of failure, and then distraction. And distraction can be intentional avoidance. It can be something that's just yummier. It can be juggling priorities and not being sure where to start, where to go. So tonight, if I'm able to go to the next slide, whoops. Tonight, we'll talk about a lot of those things. But first, I'm going to get you all nice and grounded. So we're going to do 4 rounds of something called box breathing. Box breathing is something military SEALs do, divers do, something that just it centers your brain, your mind, and I'll talk a little bit about it. But first, just follow the countdown. And I want you to breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Do that 3 more times. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. My apologies if I missed one. In for 4. Hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. So the slide's still up. If you want to keep breathing while you're listening to me, I welcome you to do that. What we're doing when we do that is activate our parasympathetic nervous system. We are physically decreasing our stress and our anxiety. Our body is this amazing set. It's better than dominoes, but it's like you do one thing and other things respond. And so I like to think of the breathing, it's kind of like a little vacation in a box, but you can't even forget it. Like you just sit there and you can do your box breathing in a meeting or wherever you are and bring yourself to that more calm, rested state. Giving a little roadmap of our today, we're going to look at understanding mental clutter, nervous system regulation, which is, we just did one technique a moment ago, mindset shift, prioritization and productivity hacks, and habit and mental state optimization. Now, I encourage you, if you all are note takers, to maybe have one side of your notes that's learning and the other side that's action, because so often we forget to act. It's one thing to know. I know a lot of things, but it's a whole different thing to do. We all know we should exercise. Do we do it? Maybe. So first off, what is mental clutter? As you thought about it in the opening survey, it can be overthinking and worry, it can be self-doubt and negative talk. It can be that there's so much information coming in, which might be happening to a lot of us as we're tuning into current events this week, and distractions. And what happens is, like a sponge, our brain can only hold so much. Like a sponge can pull in water, and then it's just like, nope, done, not holding anymore. And so the big thing is to train your brain so that you catch it when you're in that overwhelm, that clutter, and then you're able to use exercises to consciously move it away from that overload state.